I forgot there was an update. The new banners are out. Rather. I want to try Candace. Now that I have C1 at her. Well, apparently I have a freeze team with Ayaka right now for it. Ah, well, there's also this. I haven't played Ayaka in a while, so. Why not? I'm gonna replace this though for someone else. Don't know who. Yeah, why not? Let's see how she'll perform in Freeze. Um, oh god, the Abyss reset already. Oh, one thing at a time. Let's start with the test runs.
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times.
I'll go from right to left this time, why not?
By royal decree!
Dodge this!
Hey! Go, Baron Bunny!
Don't get frostbite. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Let it rain! I summon thee! Get him!
Cool it! This moment will be frozen in time.
Oz revealed by no one escapes my sights!
starters, this shield is based on Baiju's max HP, and as a Dendro shield, it can absorb more Dendro damage. Still, the shield itself is quite flimsy since its absorption multiplier is not that high. However, a new shield is created every 2.5 seconds, and the shield heals the active character and deals Dendro damage to a target
What does
if any
C2
of
give
the
damage
conditions
again?
are met. 1. If a new shield is generated while the previous one still
Useless.
exists. 2. If the shield is shattered by enemy attacks. And 3. When the shield expires at the end of the restoration. Normal attacks that
I totally.
are a single target.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy.
Just like we rehearsed.
We shall prevent. Surrender immediately.
Oh, so sorry. Freeze!
Come a little closer.
Just don't mistake it for a dedicated shield replacement, as you'll still want to dodge our eye break.
Grant us your blessing. Try not to enjoy this.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Come a little closer.
If it's 50%, Kaiju will gain a Dendro damage bonus to boost its
Just like we rehearsed. Hear my prayer. You.
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
Let's spark things up a little.
Related reactions based on Baiju's HP. This maxes out at 50,000 HP from Baiju, so the highest it can give is a 100% bonus to Bloom, Hyper Bloom, and Virgin damage, and a 40% bonus to Aggravate and Spread damage. So not only does building Baiju's HP increase his healing and shield health, it also helps buff your team's Dendro-related reaction damage. The buff lasts for 6 seconds, and it can be refreshed for one main on-field unit, or it can linger even after the buff character swaps off-field. In quick swap teams, it's possible to switch between characters for Baiju's shield to buff them separately. Either way, this is a good passive for Baiju to have additional defensive support utility. For his unique exploration passive,
Rain outlines your fate.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Scanning.
So to summarize, Baiju's
Let me
is
read you a
really
verse.
geared towards supporting your team's healing, shielding, and reaction damage.
Sight clear.
In this regard,
Feast your eyes!
This auto-Dendro allocation is also responsible for keeping up the Dendro aura and triggering reactions when possible. And since the shield follows your character, his Dendro allocation
Oh, right. I need the normal attack.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Know my sword.
must be swapped into Dendro.
Watch and learn.
The bird has downtime.
Due to his largely single targeting mechanics. Alternatively, Baiju can also be used as a Dendro driver thanks to his careless Dendro attacks. Again, his normal attacks are single target and very close range, so there are scenarios where it can be sufficient and others where it'll be less effective.
Wait, didn't
Regardless
you
of
have
his
trial?
The biggest consideration
Even
is
though he's not a free character?
most of his utility comes from his burst.
I just realized, what the heck?
Generation, your rotations with Baiju can struggle and make him feel worse to play. Getting Apple ER and securing your energy sources will be an important aspect of building him and his teams. These factors can help you determine how to adapt Baiju in various scenarios. For his talents, prioritize his skill and burst as they are the main sources of his damage, healing, and shielding multipliers. With the normal attacks, you can leave them alone or level them up too if you plan to use it.
Access denied.
Increasing his character level will also help a lot to maximize his base HP and reaction damage. Baiju already feels complete at C0, but let's see what his constellations add to his kit.
Born of ice and frost, this is long overdue.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Healing and Dendro application. The most important benefit is that it lets you build less ER on him, which is his biggest issue. It's a general quality of life constellation, but just know that even at C0, there are still ways to fulfill his energy needs, so don't view C1 as being necessary. Both skill charges also have a shared cooldown, so in quick swap teams you may be able to get in 3 skill procs in the first rotation, but afterwards you'll be limited again to 2 skill procs, which is pretty similar to a C0, which makes it have little to no value. Its most valuable use is in C2, Baiju can only use his skill at the start of the rotation. C2 gives Baiju even more off-field presence by releasing a mini sprite to deal Dendro damage and heal. This is considered
Why
elemental
does he
field
need
damage and
spores?
can trigger every 5 seconds when the active character hits an enemy. That's another source of Dendro application and healing.
The doctor is seen.
Level by 3,
Yeah.
shield health, healing, and damage.
You're in for a little shock.
Oh, I forgot.
No, my sword!
Which is a
Let me weave you a verse.
damage. And finally, is C6 adds to the first damage base.
Surrendering will be
Remember, health comes first. A bitter pill to swallow.
Witness the power of Guhua.
Come a little closer. Try not to enjoy this.
Taking a turn for the better.
The doctor will see you now.
C1 is a nice quality of rock constellation and a decent early stopping point as it can help his energy generation. But it is by no means
A
necessary.
bitter pill to swallow.
You're in for a little shock.
Rain Cutter. Rain outlines your fate. Know my sword.
Surrendering will be gentle.
The doctor.
It's first important to notice ER needs, as a lot of his utility comes from his burst, and it has an 80 energy cost. The ER target can vary, mainly depending on how often he can use his skill in a rotation, and if you have other means of generating energy for him. Here's a table for estimated ER targets based on his skill frequency per burst and his Dendro teammate with Penny. Plus, I added a column considering an R1 prototype Amber passive. As always, these ER goals can vary according to the bonus users on the team, additional team equipment, number of enemies, etc. As for the artifact main stats, the most recommended combo is a full healer and shielder build where the goal is to stack as much HP as possible, have reliable burst uptime, and boost his A4 passive's reaction damage buff. That means an ER Sans, an HP Goblet, and Circlet. While a healing bonus Circlet is still technically viable, he still prefers HP for his other HP-related functions. While the priority for his Sans is ER, there is the
C6
possibility
special would be
that
so
maybe
nice
he
too,
and his
but like
teammates have energy generation if he can use his skill twice in a rotation, and if he's
I'd rather just save still.
ER needs to his weapon or his substats for it. Look for the generally recommended and safe route, use an ER Sans. For the substats, ER and HP are your main targets.
C6
By
will
shooting
come in
support
time.
build is the best and easiest way to build him, since HP and ER pieces are quite common, and it caters to his kit's purpose. However, if you want to lean into increasing his personal damage, then you can add EM, attack, damage bonus, and
I guess I'm not playing Tower Fantasy today.
You can also try hybridizing the build to have a balance of HP and damage-related stats. I should warn you though that going all in to build his damage isn't as optimal, and it obviously sacrifices his healing, shielding, and buffing capabilities, but the option is there if you want it. Going to Baiju's artifact sets, the main recommendations are supportive sets. The go-to choice is the 4-piece depot to shred the enemy's Dendro resistance. It's a default in teams that mainly rely on Dendro damage. With Baiju using this, your other units can focus on more offensive sets.
Add
Just remember,
Astra, add-
Baiju's AoE application isn't that good, especially since his off-field shield attacks are single-target and random. Against a few enemies, it's not really a problem, but if there are too many enemies, there's a bigger chance some may not have the effect applied or refreshed. If you plan to build Baiju for damage, this is also the top option unless someone else is already using it. Next is the 4-piece Noblesse. This boosts his burst damage and gives a team-wide attack buff when he casts his burst. If someone else is already using Deep within the team, this can be a good alternative choice. Or if your team
Oh, what's Baiju?
damage like an acrobate focused team, then Noblesse might be more preferable. Another is the 4-piece Instructor. Its highest rarity is 4 stars, so it has a lower stat ceiling, but its 4-piece effect boosts EM, which is great when used in
That's pretty
reaction
unique, I
teams.
guess.
If the user can only trigger it on field, it's easier to maintain its uptime in quick swap teams where Baiju can switch in and reactivate it. Try to use a 5-star ER stance to get the highest ER stat. 2 healing bonus stats are
No, I still can heal as well. I think she's only a burst can heal. Also, wow, that is so nice. Look how short that is. That's a rarity nowadays.
They're generally not as recommended, but if you ever want to use them, just remember that having a Deepwood user in the team is the top priority before considering such damage-focused sets on Baiju. For 2-piece combos, he can choose between combos of HP, Emblem, and healing bonus sets to boost its support utility, whereas 2-piece sets of Deepwood, Noblesse, EM, or Attack will increase his personal damage. I should also warn players who might be thinking of using the 2-piece retracing bullite for his shield that shield strength isn't recommended on a support Baizhu, as it doesn't buff the shield for his teammates. I have a video that explains how the shield strength bonus works with the link in the description. Now for Baizhu's best weapon options. Let's start with the free-to-play choices. I'll list their benefits
In
on
short,
screen
shield
for
strength
revenue,
only
but in
applies to the
general,
character that has it,
is the prototype
not
ever
the entire
since
team.
it synergizes perfectly with his kit. It gives him HP, adds more team-wide healing, and most importantly, has a flat energy generation mechanic to help with his high burst costs. Got your 4 stars, there are 2 good support weapons
Another
to choose
test
from.
subject.
Pin them down! This dance is for you! Whirling snow! Can't handle your drink! Grant us your blessing! Sakura swirl! With all my strength! My apologies!
Remember, the prototype after shares many of its functions with
Scratch
which has finally found another potential user. However, it only really
You're exposed!
Positions. Shake it and stir it. Yeah, yeah,
options that you typically
yeah,
However, the weapons that is generally recommended options for support. Finally, let's cover
Think you can bully me?
synergies. To summarize his role as an offensive
Take flight.
consolidates healing, shielding, continuous syndrome application, and damage buffing reactions. If used on field,
Yeah, so this team sucks.
The wrong test subject.
The first template is a Quicken Team, which consists of a Baizhu Electro Core plus 2 flex slots. Additionally, a Quicken Team can also be modified by adding a compatible Hydro Applicator
I
in
can
the
do
third
better.
slot, turning it into a Quick Bloom Team, which is a combination of Quicken and Hyper Bloom reaction damage. Baizhu's Healing, Shielding Consolidation adds more combat flexibility in such team
It is as
templates,
the
whether
stars
for quick swap
foretold.
focus teams or those with a long on-field unit. It's also possible to make Baizhu the main on-field unit, but since his catalyst attacks are quite single-target, he performs best against single-target scenarios. And if necessary, you can just compensate with another Dendro unit that gives more AoE application. As a highlight, Cyno benefits a lot from Baizhu, as he can provide healing, shielding, and application that can largely keep up with Cyno's field time. As Cyno players know, Nahida as a Cyno teammate can struggle in multi-wave scenarios, since switching to her to reapply Dendro can end his burst prematurely, while other teammates' Dendro application are also largely limited to circle impact. But with Baizhu, you can be more mobile and stay long on Cyno, even with a new enemy wave. Cyno also gets to enjoy Baizhu's reaction damage buff, and if Cyno's particularly used in a Quick Bloom team, then his Hyper Bloom and Aggravate damage both get buffed, which is amazing synergy. Of course, these benefits also apply
I
for
guess I
other
can try
electro
Yunjin.
on-field units
Yeah,
that
my best
don't
team is
need
still Flame's team.
Wish me luck.
Like many Quicken teams, it's also great to comp Baizhu with other Dendro units to unlock the Dendro Resonance, have multiple spread reaction sources, and help with Baizhu's energy needs. There are many options for Electro or Dendro DPSs and supports for making a Quicken or Quick Bloom team, and Baizhu's flexibility gives him generally good synergy in such comps. Another template is a Bloom team with a Dendro Hydro Core, which leaves room for 2 flex slots of Dendro, Hydro, Animo, or Cryo to add freeze and turn it into a Fridge team. This also turns into a Hyper Bloom or Virgin team by adding Electro or Pyro triggers respectively, leaving room for a flex
Everything's
slot.
ready.
Baizhu
Let's
can
go.
again be played on-field or
Frick,
off-field
well, this
in
is kinda
Bloom
bad.
and Virgin teams. His shield will help you tank the reaction self-damage. In general, the biggest limitation in these teams will be his primarily single-target focused application. So in multi-target scenarios, you will likely want to comp a second Dendro that has AoE application. If you have enough freedom to switch between party members, try to switch to your reaction trigger teammates every now and then when Baizhu's burst is active, so that
I
they
can't
receive
mind,
his
that
main
kind
or
of stuff.
passive buff. For Neil's Bloom teams, Baishu's healing and shielding works wonders in helping provide a comfortable run despite the self-damaging Bloom explosions. We finally have our second Dendro healer to add to our options for Neil
I want to
teams,
help.
diversifying our healer options and adding more team variety. With quick swap rotations, Baishu feels really great to play here. I can adapt him for either more or
Colette
less
kinda
on
sucks.
time, and for the most part, I can get 2 skills in
She's
per
got bad
rotation, which
uptime
helps
for her
nicely with
Dendro.
his energy generation. More importantly, he does the job well of keeping the team alive. Again, it's highly
I need the
recommended
match
to have
pick
one more
lighter.
Dendro teammate that provides better AoE Dendro application and improves your Dendro core generation. But even without these
One
templates,
for
if you're
overall
a fairly
decoration.
new player, Baishu can simply slot in your team as a solid survival support and easy-to-play unit. He'll help you feel well and healthy throughout your journey in Teyvat. Just don't be surprised to hear a lot of cupping and some hissing too. To wrap up my thoughts, Baishu is a great consolidation of several roles: healing, minor shielding, buffing, off-field Dendro application, and even the option for on-field driving. We already got some role consolidation through Yao Yao as a Dendro healer, and she definitely improved the flexibility of Dendro teams because of that. Yao Yao also has the benefit of not being totally burst dependent, and compared to Baishu, perhaps has the upper hand in AoE Dendro applications through her burst. But energy
Let's
is
dance.
something that can be compensated for, and Baishu still achieves
Whirling
Dendro
snow.
application well enough in combat scenarios with up to a few enemies, while barely demanding any field time. All things considered, Baishu is generally a
Yeah, ha.
and I think that's a good spot for a players very much get by with Yao Yao as a much more accessible option, and it will be up to them if the value he adds is worth the use. Anyway, that's all for this guide of Dr. Baishu. Since he was introduced to us long before he became playable, I'm curious to know in the comments what you think of him, and if he was worth the wait. If this video helped you out, don't forget to leave a like, consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all soon. Take care!
Don't worry. From this day on, whoever to play gets to see how this beautiful world and deep mechanics work as one, how they enhance and relate. That's just not there. Some seriously high quality ingredients here. It's just not very much that it matters, because this will all be fixed by pacing your game and spacing out when the player is showing something new, and having an example of how that system matters right now. Tree of Sage's pacing is the equivalent of having a month's worth of food presented to you all at once and being told, eat it all right now. Here's another really pedantic nitpick. This is the kind of stuff that you should be picking up in beta testing more than you actually
Go,
do.
Barbara, go!
Get into the mind.
I'll protect us. My apologies.
Section also moving up and to the left. The mine entrance should be in the bottom right of the map. Otherwise, the player feels that they have switched direction and done a 180 and you unnaturally moved the viewpoint. Now it feels like you should be heading out of the mine. Watch and you'll see what I mean. Moving up and to the left. In the mine, start moving down to the right. It feels wrong. If your mine entrance is diagonal top left, you should start moving in the same way. Pedantic, but noticeable. Inside the mine is, well, this is the game's first dungeon. It even has the traditional massive text up to explain what a dungeon is and how it works. So we fight through, and now there's really good music. And I think it's here I realise that this is what the game actually is. Tree of Savior is Diablo if it got really into it. That's basically this game. It's a dungeon crawler.
That's not right.
Flash animation, decent combat, and a banging soundtrack, which is in no way diegetic. It's not meant to sound like a pop, because it doesn't actually matter what this is in life. This is just a horrible. Aesthetics don't actually matter here at all. Case in point, in this line, you fight a few mini bosses going to pure pride, you need to activate the mini bosses are related to the mine in a way. First, to this is the seconds of time to
Swirl, Mark Jim. Embrace the ice. Whirling snow.
Ow.
Fallen amber. Help! No! Absorption test. My apologies.
too much UI stuff. The only thing this game has to report is the visual style. Keep all 150 or whatever levels, music, and hidden classes. Else, steer away. Removing silver drops from mobs and limiting silver drops to high-end content absolutely destroys the gap between new players and veterans. Probably the worst change to ever happen. Outside of that, the gameplay at levels 450 to 460 is absolutely the worst experience I've ever had. Solo players are pretty much stuck doing challenge mode and instance dungeons every day, all of which are not even 5% of your experience at level 458. Sure, grind is expected, but goddamn, because of this, you have to rely on experience boosters times 32 and instant dungeon resets. Veterans would have no problem purchasing them, but what about newer players who don't even get silver anymore? This game is turning more and more into a crappy
Ad Astra Abyss.
Stay away as far as possible.
Thank you for completing today.
For about 450 hours and got back to it recently for a few days. Good lord, what a mess they made the character building experience in this game. Only play if you have friends to play with you. Despite how much I love this game, I can't in good conscience recommend it to anyone without a laundry list of caveats and warnings, especially regarding IMC's monetization practices. The only people who might want to dive in without question are die-hard Ragnarok Online fans, because this is basically its spiritual successor, and you'll probably be able to put up with comments and still have fun. Look, I give you a thumbs up because the game is fun, but we warrant if you do play it, company behind it is a bloodthirsty mercenary. Lots of paywalls or time walls. Bro, it's Halo. And it's free. Oh, sorry, that last review was for the Halo